glad. Not, let me stop lying. Why am I saying here lying to y'all like that? Same conversation I was talking to him like a while back when I did speak to him. I was like, why don't you marry that girl?
Yes, y'allin', jigga man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon-toed, some of them be crawlin'. Get the best of you whenever I put my all in. Have mommies callin' for the law, darling. Jigga and Paulin', ass drop. Coops with half the top, expose half my knot. Niggas mad when I brag about the cash I got, but I'm used to not having a lot. I'm from the gutter and
Hey guys, welcome to another day in the vlog. I am in the process of making some. It's crazy. Well, this time I thought that my water was boiling. But anywho, y'all, today is, I believe today is the 18th. Yeah, today is the 18th. Just finished doing the laundry. I had to hold on. Just grab my pot. For those of you that care, I like to use, a lot of my pots are from, don't mind, this needs to be clean, I will. But a lot of my pots are from All-Clad. Not, let me stop lying. Why am I saying here lying to y'all like that? That's one of the pieces that I invested in a while back. It's just a saute pan, but I am a firm believer in when you have good pots and pans, your food comes out better. It is, I know it's a known fact that it is. My mother has always taught me that, and that's like one of my favorite things. I caught it on sale at Macy's, you know. I like All-Clad. I like, and I also have this other piece from All-Clad as well. Please don't mind me, y'all. I have to clean my pots this time. All-Clad. And just so you know, like stuff like this, stainless steel stuff like this, all you gotta do is spray some oven cleaner on it and let it sit, and all of this stuff will come off. I just haven't gotten to that yet. But anywho, I am home. Today's my day off. I did go to the gym this morning after I dropped y'all off from school. I didn't vlog that. So now I am making some shrimp scampi. I buy the vein shrimp from Costco's. I think the big bag is about 50 bucks, but the shrimps are so big that and I just thought about it, I don't think I'm gonna eat all this because I don't give Josh seafood yet, so I don't think I'm gonna eat all these shrimps that I took out. So I'm about to make some scampi. I did the laundry already, and that's pretty much it, y'all. So I'm trying not to, I was telling y'all before, I'm really trying not to give up on the YouTube thing, because I'm so used to it, but I am a quitter with a lot of different things. And I mean, sometimes I just be also feeling like, you know, what's meant for you will be, as long as you're putting forth some type of effort. So I'm trying not to give up. Yeah, I'm really trying not to give up. Trying not to give up. But anywho, yeah, so I'm just making some shrimp scampi. I'm gonna make it with some penne pasta. I know you're supposed to have linguine with it, but I'm making it with what I have in my house, and I got some gluten-free penne, and that's what it's gonna be today. I was just kind of trying to think of something quick and easy to make that I knew it's not gonna take like forever to cook, etc., etc. And that. So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. Ain't nothing going on over here, y'all. I wish I could tell y'all something, but I don't really have anything. Over the weekend, I did go out for a quick second. One of my besties, his mom had like a little holiday event, so I went there, came right back home, went to sleep, and that was it. Oh yeah, but I do have like a dating update, I guess you could say. I know y'all I guess y'all like to hear some of my adventures or whatever. So I told y'all I cleared my roster, but like one of the people that was eliminated from the roster had kind of like reached out to me, and so I was just like, oh, what's up? And they was just like, oh, I haven't heard from you. And I was just like, oh, I've just been busy or whatever. And you know, he was like, oh, well, you know, I want to see you. And I'm like, okay, but like, why? Like, what's the reason and stuff? And they was just like, oh, I miss you, I miss you, all that. I'm like, okay. So I am not opposed to giving people like second chances or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if I see like change behavior. Like, I just think that nobody's perfect. And hold on one second, y'all. Hold on, let me empty this out. Just like, yeah, see me good here. Yeah. So I feel like, it's nothing wrong with giving people second chances. My thing is, I don't mind giving you a second chance, as long as I see change behavior. Like, that's like super duper important to me. I need to see change behavior. So, and on top of that, I am in my now, and I'm not gonna say that I never did this before, but I think when you're swept up in a moment and you really like somebody, you forget to pray and ask God, like, is this the man for me? Is this the man that you want me to be with, God? Like, consult with him, pretty much. I think, and like I said, I'm guilty of not making sure that the people that come around are people that God wants me to be around with. And it's not just, like I said before, y'all, it's not just about relationships. It's also with business, etc., etc. So I said this time with him, I was gonna go ahead and consult with my God and say, hey, even though the person that I'm talking about is not somebody that I ever really took that serious anyway, it's just still, like I said, no matter what the situation is, I still want to make sure I'm around good people, whether it's socially, whatever the situation is. So when he contacted me, I was like, oh, okay. Like, we didn't have no big falling out. Hold on, y'all. I'm just thinking in my mind. What am I missing? I'll put this down. I gotta remember that I'm making scampi, so I don't have to put like a whole bunch of seasonings on it. So yeah, I'm like, let me consult with my good old-fashioned Lord and make sure that, whoever I have around me moving forward, I'm consulting him first and asking for him for the strength to not desire them, because that's another aspect of a lot of different things. So when he contacted me again, I did say that to my God. I said, hey, God, is this somebody that I should keep around, just because they're popping up again, resurfacing out the boneyard, should I go ahead and give this person a chance? So I waited a while, and then initially, I waited a while, and then one day I was just like, hey, let me see, he said, I want to see what's up with him. So, oh, damn, I'm missing like a very important part of the story. So when he had reached out to me that day, he was like, oh, in the same conversation, damn, how do I tell y'all this without telling y'all my real business? So anywho, yeah, the same day he had reached out to me, I had kind of like, I was like, so when I did decide to talk to him again, I was just kind of like, hey, are you gonna be better? Are you gonna act better? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, yeah, you're gonna be better, act better. I was like, you can start off with like get me some flowers or whatever. So in my mind, I kind of felt like I was really just saying that. I wasn't saying it because I knew the person was going to get me the flowers, or I was expecting them to do it, because I feel like if a man want to do something for you, he'll do it for you. So if he, I just said it because I just said it. But I always try to be like a hopeless romantic in a way, to think, well, what if he do actually get me some flowers? So a couple of days went by, he knows my address. Didn't get any flowers delivered to my doorstep. I was like, okay. So then I reached out to him one day because I was free, and I was like, hey, are you busy today? And this person was like, what time? So I told him the time, And he was like, keep me posted. So I was like, okay. So later on in the day, when it's getting up to closer to the time, I'm like, hey, I said, hey, what's up? And he's like, where are you? And I was like, oh, I'm still out. No response. So I'm like, so then, maybe like a couple of minutes out, because I was out. So it was like, Tom, just get away from me when you out. So I'm like, are you, am I seeing you today? Like, what? So he's like, I think at that point he said, oh yeah, at that point he said like, oh, well, no. Well, he didn't say no. He said, tomorrow is better for me or whatever. Gave me the time. So at that point I was a little annoyed, because I feel like you knew from the first time I reached out to you that you weren't available, right? So instead of you just saying that and like prolonging the conversation like all day, it just kind of like irritated me. And I know to the ordinary person, oh, why would that bother you? Why would it like... And it's not because I care about the person in that capacity, but I am a person who take into consideration other people's time. If I can't do something from the rip, I'm gonna say I can't do it. I'm not trying to control a narrative of the situation in any capacity. And so I kind of felt like, I don't know what he was trying to do, because like I said, I'm a big communicator. So whatever you was trying to do, even if it was like, well, right now I can do it, but later on I might not do it. Or when the second time I reached out to him, he could have said, I am not available today. I would have been fine with that. You know what I'm saying? It's when you don't communicate and you do things. And like I said, even through the last conversation, it was like all the way up until like the last minute, you finally said, oh, okay. And this is like hours and hours and hours. This is not like, oh, within a time period of 15 minutes. This is like a half a day. So anywho, as a result, I decided to leave him in the boneyard where he deserved to be. I don't understand how a lot of men are operating nowadays. I don't know where it's coming from. And I'm seeing it a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's not just coming from me. I speak to other females and I watch stuff on TikTok and online, and it's the same kind of like, so it's like even the baddest of the baddest of the baddest of the baddest is having issues with men. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just like one genre of men, one age group. Like, it's all over. It's just this really false perception of reality. And then to add to it is that I know that there's a lot of females that's accepting that kind of behavior. Like, it's okay with them to accept it. So that's why they do it, because clearly somebody is okay with it. And so that's why they continue to do it or whatever. Anyway, he got put back in the boneyard. And I do have a new person that I'm dating. Somebody I was actually talking to prior, and we kind of stopped speaking. Not because of like anything happened. It was just kind of more or less of a me thing. I have to really take accountability in this situation, because this time with this person, I just kind of made what do you call it, an assumption about somebody really early on. I mean, this is somebody that I didn't even really like go out on a date with type flow. Even though most of the time when I make my educated guesses, I can't think of the word right now, I'm mostly right. But it's still like, is that coming from a sense of fear of getting hurt or rejected, or can you just like at least communicate with the person like what you think something this might be, or whatever the situation is. And so I have to, like I said, I have to take accountability, and Tona Rentz is taking accountability for certain things sometimes. I'm growing, y'all. I'm growing. It's hard, but I'm growing. And so that's why I didn't want to kind of like leave that situation the way it was. But I apologized to the person, waved the white flag, even though it really was, like I told you, it really wasn't nothing like that. And we are trying to see where it goes. So since then, we did kind of meet up yesterday for a little bit, and it went well. And so I'm just gonna see where it goes. This is another guy that's younger than me. He's like 38, I'm 40. And so y'all know how I feel about dating guys that's younger than me. But he seems to be okay thus far. I'll keep y'all posted. I'll keep y'all posted. Because I was kind of considering asking, it's something that y'all gonna think is crazy, but I was kind of considering starting to ask guys, like, can I get a referral from like your baby mother or your ex-girlfriend? Like, can I speak to her? Can you call her and like let me talk to her? Because I feel like you just need to know what you're getting yourself into a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I am really conscious of who I spend my time with now. Like, because it's like my time is so precious right now. My free time is so precious. I really don't want to waste my time with anybody, like nobody. And that's why I kind of get stuck on people longer than I should. Like, some people I know, like some guys is like, damn, you know, like, why she still like me, or why she, you know what I'm saying? Because it takes me a long time to get over certain people. But and because, you know, I don't really, like I said, I don't give my energy to everybody. So it's like in these long moments of me being like single and just focusing on myself, it's like, you know, that last person I was dealing with or the last person I had a good vibe with, it's kind of hard to forget, you know, for me, because I don't date people for any other reason but just genuineness. Like, oh, that person was cool, we could talk, we can hang out and stuff. And I don't find that often. For men, it's easier for y'all to find women that, you know, every woman wants a relationship, every woman wants a man, every woman. But it's different for women. You know, a lot of our men are in jail, a lot of our men are you know, gay, and you know, or dating the opposite of ethnicity. And so for black women especially, it's slim pickings. It's actually slim pickings for everyone, because I hear everyone complain, all ethnicities complain. So, but I think a lot of our black men are in prison. A lot of good black men are in prison. They probably good fathers, good husbands, but they made a mistake and they're in prison. Not to say I'm gonna date anybody from prison, but I'm just saying that's where a lot of our black men are. So it is hard for a black woman to date, especially a black single mom. I just think that a lot of men has this preconceived notion that they are going to be financially responsible for the, you know, for the child. And I feel like what's sad to say about people that think like that is the fact that when I deal with a man and he has kids, those are my kids too. So how would you feel if you knew that a woman you were dating was cool with you, but wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to be financially responsible for your children or whatever? And like I said, if I'm dating a man, his kids are my kids. If I see something that I want to buy his kids, I'm going to do it. If I feel like, oh, if we're together and we have a family unit, I would never sit there, oh, let me make sure that the baby mother is doing this, and let me make sure, you know what I'm saying? And to be dating in that capacity, you think you're going to find a perfect situation, a scenario, or you're not going to have no type of financial, like, ain't nobody asking you to pay for the, I don't know. But anywho, I just want to let y'all know the update on that. I don't want to get into that long rabbit hole because it's a very long rabbit hole, but it's really sad nowadays. And that's why I said, like, I'm very cautious on who I want to spend my time with. Time will reveal all. You just have to be quiet and listen to everything that a man is saying, especially from the beginning. Don't bombard him with questions, because when you bombard a man with questions, he's gonna lie. Let him speak, let him talk, and eventually it's gonna come out. If you're still conflicted, still not sure, then in that case, I think you need to just pray to the Lord and just be ready for him to answer your prayers. Because that's another thing about God. When I tell you that when you pray that prayer, like, God, please, is he the man for me? And that he answers your prayer, child, you got to be ready to move on. You got to be ready to move on, because it comes that fast. As soon as you seek him in that capacity, you gotta be acceptable of it, and you gotta walk away, and you gotta leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Especially if somebody's not giving you like the energy that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with people giving people second chances, but if it's no change behavior and you're still doing that same exact stuff that you was doing prior, it's like, what's the purpose? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I continue to see. I had hit up like one person I was talking to, because to be honest with you, I do miss him. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree. And child, he act like he didn't want to talk to me. And it's like I said, we didn't have no kind of spill or whatever. But, you know, and that's why you got to just leave certain things in the boneyard and call it a day. But anywho, let me finish cooking my meal. And I'll probably catch up with y'all another day. I don't think I'm going to pick up the camera again. Peace. Hey guys, so I am en route to pick up my little angel. It's about 2:24. I usually pick him up around 2:30. Why are they in the middle of the street when they could have went? Oh yeah, that's flooded too. Poor things. Anywho, yeah, I'm about to go pick up my little angel. And I just had a thought. Like, I was just thinking about somebody that I used to date, and how he's been kind of reaching out to me on Instagram a lot. Like, he be like, we're friends on Instagram, so he'll like video chat me or whatever, because that's the only way he can get in contact with me. And I never answer. Like, I haven't answered. I answered his video chat one time, and the one time that I answered him, I was reminded of the fact why I don't talk to you anymore, and that's because you're an alcoholic. He was slurring and everything. So he still tries to reach me, which I don't understand, because he's in a whole entire relationship. And I think that that's very disrespectful. I should pick it up one day and be like, what do you want? Like, we're not friends. We're not cool. I don't understand what you get. And not to mention, if I keep calling somebody for like a year straight and they're not responding to me, I'm not calling them anymore. But getting back to him, the girlfriend is pretty cute. She's cute. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really, well, yeah, it's his girlfriend, because they've been together for a while, but they have a child together. And that was another thing. In the same conversation, I was talking to him like a while back when I did speak to him. I was like, why don't you marry that girl? Like, what's up? And he's like, oh, because gave me some poor excuse as to why. And I'm telling you, they've been together, because I haven't messed with him in so long. They've been together for at least 10 years. So I'm not understanding why you wouldn't marry him. But anywho, same guy. He's just a very, like, you know, he's an alcoholic. And I feel like, you know, I knew him when he was younger. So I feel like, why are you still drinking like that? Like, still? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in our 40s. Like, why are you still drinking like that? And like, why are you trying to talk to me? Whatever you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying? And I know he's trying to talk to me. And on top of that, he know I don't play that. So I'm not even understanding why he tried it. Like, let me go get my sink. I'll be back. Yeah, y'all. So, yeah, so, you know, my whole thing was like, what do you want? Like, why do you keep hitting me up? Like, if you got a whole relationship. And it's like, I don't even feel like I want to waste my breath to ask that question, because it's like, you know what it is. Like, but I guess when he get drunk, he decides to blow me up on there. And I don't even be knowing that he does it until after the fact, because I don't have notification for apps come to my phone. So whatever. Anywho, I just was saying all that to say that, you know, the other aspect about him is like, when we was, you know, I was picking his brain when we was having a conversation, and he was just like, yeah, you know, I make like $25 an hour. And I was like, okay, like, I don't understand what you needed to tell me that for, but, you know, maybe in his world with his girl and his whatever, that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it just sounds like kind of ignorant little stuff he posts, like, oh, you know, I'm buying a Montclair, and it's like, or maybe you buying your daughter a Montclair, whatever. And it's like, when you're making $25 an hour, I just don't really think that you should be buying a Montclair for yourself, and especially for kids, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. But to some people, that's like a big flex. But like, me as being a female, you know, if a man is gonna buy me, let's just say a Montclair, whatever, I would be like, especially I'm not driving, I don't think he drives, like, this is a whole bunch of stuff going on in that situation. But it's like, instead of buying somebody like a Montclair or whatever, why don't you buy me 2 stocks of S&P? Why don't you buy me 1 stock of VOO? You know what I'm saying? Like, do something like that. Like a Montclair coat. Like, it's not to say that you know, can't afford it, but I mean, I don't know, $25 an hour, you can afford like $1,000 coat. I don't know. I digress. And I'm not trying to play him or nothing, but just leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see what the purpose of we're not friends, we're not Kiki Crunches, like all this time that I'm telling you, I've been at my apartment for next year, it's gonna make 9 years. I have not dealt with that boy in that amount of time. The whole time I've been living where I'm living. I don't even think he knows where I live now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, why are you still calling me like that? Like, I don't get it. Like, especially if you got a girl, and then he'll like put up little posts like, yeah, I'm still with my girl, and post her and all that. So it's just like, what do you want then? And why are you calling me like that? And you know I don't play that. You know you can't. I know you know for sure that, like, you know you can't play with me. So I don't know. It's sad though. I feel bad for her because I'm quite sure she don't know that, and she thinks the world of him. And I don't think that she would like to know that he's calling somebody that hasn't answered her, like, hasn't answered him in over a year, and has no feelings, no aspirations, no attraction. And that's another thing too. Like, I don't know if men try to throw that up in the air. Oh, I got a girl. Like, to some women that's may be attractive, but to me it's actually a turn off. Because I feel like if you're happy where you are, and like I told you, the girl is cute. I ain't no hater. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not one of those. I will never be one of those women that cannot say if a female is beautiful or not. Like, no. And so she's cute. I think she's too cute for him, actually. But, you know, for whatever reason, she's still sitting there. She's still sitting there. And, you know, he has his, like, you know, little chip on his shoulder. Oh yeah, my women, he put up this post, oh yeah, my girls, they never leave me. And I'm like, that's not really like a good thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you bragging about that for. Like, you think the reason why a female all the time, oh, I treat her so well that she'll never leave me. No, she might have insecurity issues. She might feel like there's nobody else. Maybe she got dealt with so bad previous to you that she thinks that you're the top-notch kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? And she don't have balls enough to step away from the situation and have enough dignity and respect for herself to say that she want more. Because I know one thing, me having children with an alcoholic is a no-go. You know what I'm saying? And you're like one of those alcoholics that's like annoying too. Like, you're calling people, being mad, annoying, talking too fucking much. Like, he's one of those guys that talk too much. I never met a guy that talks like that. I had to tell him even when we was dating, I was like, yo, shut up. Like, why are you still talking? It's late at night. Like, I want to go to sleep. But because you drunk, I guess you took, yo. And I don't want to say I feel bad. I think it's very disrespectful for him to be reaching out to me, and you got a whole girl, you put her on your page. She probably has no idea that conversation I had with her, with you about marrying her. She don't know that little minimal excuse that you use as to why. I mean, you had a child with her and you still with her. So like, your daughter is like probably like 5-6 years old, probably older than that actually. Why don't you marry her? Like, she's not ugly, she cute. Like, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? And if she's accepting all that shit, like being an alcoholic and all that, I said that to a couple of my exes, like, go marry that girl. You know what I'm saying? Because she holding you down, she there for you, she doing this, that, and the third. The least you could do is just marry her. One of my other exes, it was the same thing. Like, go marry that girl. I ain't never gonna be a hater. I don't want to marry you. Like, I'm good. You know, so this girl been holding you down, being there for you, doing X, Y, and Z, just marry her. It shouldn't take you 15 fucking years to marry somebody. Like, men usually know pretty early on, but it has to be some type of reservation, or the fact that you're just accepting the behavior. So that's why it's gonna continue. You don't know, each his own. We should be home in like another 5 minutes or so. Well, we actually here. I really wanted to go to Children's Place, and he in a kind of like a good mood. I should have went, but I'll just go home. I made my shrimp scampi, and I think I'm just gonna probably find a few movies I want to check out. Why are you doing that? Don't have no kids, y'all. Don't have no kids. That's all I gotta say. Hey guys, welcome to another day in the vlog. I really wasn't expecting to vlog this week, but here we are. So of course it's Sunday. Well, what am I saying? Sunday. Today is Tuesday. I believe today is the 20th. So Christmas is in 5 days. Yay! I'm en route to the office today on my scheduled day to go to the office. Kind of like woke up. I don't want to say I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, but I just basically didn't want to come to the office today because last week I was out the whole week. Because Jai, I don't even know if I told y'all, but anyway, Jai had pink eye last week. I picked him up. Well, actually, he woke up Wednesday morning and he couldn't open his eyes. Like, it was like crust all over his eyes. And I've never experienced pink eye. Of course, I don't remember having it. I tried to Google and see what it was saying, but it just, nothing indicated pink eye, put it like that. So I just wiped his eyes off and sent him to school. His eyes was a little red, but not like an alarming red, because if that's the case, I wouldn't have sent him. But I sent him Wednesday, and by the time I picked him up Wednesday afternoon, his eyes had got like a little redder, and he just kind of didn't seem himself. Plus, you know, the daycare lady had told me, she was like, his eyes is a little red, you know, and not to mention the lady that runs the daycare, she's also a nurse. So yeah, she didn't say pink eye, but she just said his eyes was red. So if she noticed it and I noticed it, then that means it was an issue. So I just took him to urgent care, the pediatric urgent care, that evening, and as soon as she looked at him, she knew exactly what it was. She was like, I treated like maybe 10 or 15 kids today about the same thing. It's just a bug that goes around. Casualties of sending your kids to school, it's, you know how they are. They touch everything, they put everything in their mouth, you know what I'm saying? So anywho, so I was home last week. I had to take off
in 1 mile.
One
turn
day I
left onto
actually
State
took
Route
off
878 north.
just for like a mental day, and then the other day I had to take off. Coming to the office was the day that he got sick, and the doctor told me he needed to stay home like one day just to get the, you know, eye drops in his eyes, and then the following day he could have went to school. But I was like, nah, he ain't going to school. Like, I was, you know, I was working from home. It's like, okay, you could just stay home. But boy, oh boy, he was busy. He did not act like he was sick at all, honey, besides them eyes. And like, once I put the eye drops in his eyes, literally like the next day, he looked it fine. I could have sent him to school, but I was like, nah, let me just let him stay home one day, continue giving him, you know, the drops. And plus he had a runny nose and a cough and all kinds of stuff. This is the constant struggle of these kids, and especially when they go to school. Anywho, so I was just like, you know, I was out the whole week from the office, and I was just like, I don't feel like it, like, you know what I'm saying? So this is like back at the office, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, y'all. I just been like just still trying to get the house situated for the holidays. Basically I'm finished. I just have to like do a few other things, which I'm gonna try to. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done tomorrow. And then Friday I need to go to Costco's because I'm gonna make a lasagna for Christmas Day, and Christmas Eve I really want us to go out to eat. So that's the plan. That's what we've been, you know, what I'm trying to do. I was just thinking, I was like, damn, you know, I didn't get myself nothing for Christmas, because I usually get myself something. My Christmas gift was supposed to be the trip to Miami, but that didn't happen. So now I'm like, what am I gonna get myself? So I ended up buying me a perfume. So I'll probably do like I don't know, I'll do a reveal, I guess you could say, once it get here. Y'all probably gonna guess what it is, what perfume it is, or maybe you won't, because I don't know if you're like into fragrances and stuff like that. But it's something that I've been wanting for a while.
Go past this light,
and
then
like
at the next one, turn left.
I didn't go to Miami, I could just treat myself to the bottle of perfume. Trying to think what else I had to say or update you all on. I don't think it's really nothing is
at
really
the light,
going on, y'all.
use the
like,
left 2 lanes to turn onto State Route 878 north.
Kind of boring. I'm trying to stay consistent with this YouTube thing, because I was just watching like a TikTok I forgot who it was. I think it was 50 Cent, and it was just like, what happens like when you lose like your will to do what you like to do, and it was just like consistency. So I'm trying, y'all. So this vlog will probably be a short one, even though I kind of went on like a 20-minute rant yesterday. But needless to say, this is probably gonna be a very short vlog this week. So, but I'm trying to stay at it. But it's really hard. It's hard to stay at it, like, especially when you don't have people to encourage you, you know. Yeah, it's hard. So anywho, let me focus on the road, and then I'll probably get back with y'all later on. I'll probably try to see if I can vlog while I'm at work.
In half a mile, take a slight left turn onto Rockaway Turnpike.
Yeah, that's it. So I'll check back in with y'all later. All right, peace.
Why make me wait for so long? So long. I don't like being in the dark. No, I don't. At the time it's like you ain't there. Where you at? You stopped acting like you care. No, I want my money long. I won't clear COVID nights. Who even knows your name?